small blind calls, and I call. The flop is Jack 10-7 with the Jack 10 of clubs. Action checks to the drunk villain on the button, who bets $35. The small blind folds, and I re-raise to $100. Now the drunk villain re-raises me to $235, and this is where the hand starts to get really interesting / weird / I've never felt this way at a poker table before, but I just got the guy was so drunk, he just started chatting a lot. Like, he was talking about his possible holdings, my possible holdings. He seemed really excited to share information with me, and I had never experienced it in such a way. So at first I didn't know how to react. I was just engaging him in conversation, trying to see where it went. I have bottom 2 pair on this board. Stack sizes are about $1,100 each to start the hand. So I'm not super comfortable playing for my whole stack with bottom 2 pair most of the time, but this hand felt a lot different. So in the process of engaging him in conversation, first he told me he had pocket jacks, then he told me he had pocket 10s, then he told me he had pocket 7s. Then he told me he had ace queen of clubs, ace jack of clubs. I mean, he was giving me all the possible holdings he could have on this board. Some of them I beat, some of them I didn't. It seemed unlikely that he had a set just because I had 10-7 for a lot of card removal, and I just don't think he raises a lot of, I think he raises a lot of his pocket pairs to more than $10, like 10s or jacks, but we don't really know because, he just sat down. He could be doing anything. He's a wild card. He's drunk out of his mind. I go into the tank for a good 5 minutes, just chatting about him about everything, just trying to probe for information. I really get a sense that he wants to give me as much information as possible. I start to get kind of embarrassed at the table because it's taking so long. I tell the rest of the players at the table that I'm sorry. I tell them they can call the clock on me if they want to. No one wants to rescue me from myself in this hand, so we continue. I'm milling over all the options. I could fold, I could call, I could raise. In the end, I decided to just call because I figure, a turn card could boat me up on the off chance, but, the turn card's going to reveal a lot more information. This guy is very much willing to give me information, so I just decided to call the extra 135 and peel off a turn card. So the turn card was the ace of spades. I check to the drunk villain, and he shoves all in for what is now like $700 or $800. And once again, it's the information war. It's another 5 to 10 minute tank. Once again, I'm embarrassed I'm taking so long. I'm hoping someone at the table will call a clock on me so I can just hurry up and make a damn decision. But, towards the end of this whole situation, he is really coming close to showing me his cards, and I'm just like, the longer this goes on, he's eventually going to show me his cards. I just know he's going to. He really wants to for whatever reason. I couldn't tell you why. He was claiming that the money didn't mean anything to him, which most of the time at the poker table isn't real, but I don't know. I really don't think this guy cared about money just because he came from the 5-10 game and he seemed to be gambling it up over there. Yeah, and so eventually he does show me a card. He shows me the ace of clubs. And we'd already gone over his possible holdings, and, ace queen of clubs was one of the real likely ones that he just kept on going back to. He said ace 10 of clubs. He said ace jack of something else. Obviously, I don't beat ace jack. I don't beat king queen for the nuts now. It's a really tough spot because I don't beat all that much, but once he shows me the ace of clubs, it just really feels like ace queen of clubs, or I guess it could be any random ace high flush draw. So I put the chips in the middle, and we go to a river, which is an offsuit king, and he doesn't immediately want to table his hand, but I can already tell by the reaction. He's showing his cards to his neighbor, and his neighbor is kind of looking at me like my dog just died or something. So I'm realizing that this probably isn't a great situation. And sure enough, he has ace queen of clubs and got there on the river for that nut straight. And at this point, it takes a lot for me to get emotional at the poker table, and I wasn't really didn't have that much emotions other than pure like disappointment. My jaw, along with everyone else's jaw at the table, had just dropped to the ground at the course of events that just happened. I mean, like, if he doesn't show me the ace of clubs, I probably fold on turn and don't lose the money, but I ended up putting in the money good and he got there. So it was just one of those really, really, really weird hands that just, well, I think I'll always remember it. And I'm curious what other people think about it.